Hi, my name is Swissina, and I am a filmmaker and actress. And you are tuned into Candid Conversations with the Self-Esteem Queen and host, Fiona Sharon Huff. Get ready for a dynamic heart-to-heart talk where you can truly build your self-esteem and be reminded that you are a qualified woman embodying excellence. Now.
I am beautiful, I am kind, I am magical, I am divine, I am intelligent, I am confident, I am resilient, I am provident.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to Candid Conversations with the Self-Esteem Queen. I am your host, Fiona Sharon Huff, also known as the Self-Esteem Queen. And before we get started with tonight's show, I just have to give you all a transparent moment with what was going on with me. So 2 hours prior to tonight's podcast, I was in patient first. I was diagnosed with slight pneumonia 2 days ago, and I hadn't gotten better. So I don't believe in playing doctor. So I went and got seen. I got the medication. But what I was not going to do is delay this podcast because it's so important and it's a safe way into what the show is about. Tonight's show is called Rise and Grind. It's workout time. Now, you all know that I'm really big about exercising, whether it's hitting Planet Fitness, which is my gym, Mount Trashmore. I love the terrain, even walking in your neighborhood. But it's so important that you invest in your health because our health is our wealth. So tonight's show is going to be so good, so important for you all because it's dealing with just what I talked about. So my guest tonight, I've known her for many, many years, maybe about a decade, because I've been back in the Hampton Roads area for about 14 years. But that's none other than Rae Rachael Watson. She is the CEO and the founder of Finesse with Rae. She is a transformational life coach. And I brought her on specifically, intentionally tonight to talk about all things health and wellness, especially for us queens who are 40 and plus. So, Coach Rae, if you could come on so that my listeners could see you. Good evening.
Good evening. How we doing?
I am good. Listen, I have my tea that my lovely daughter, my second in command, Madam Secretary Clara, made. So I'm in great spirits.
Awesome.
So I'm not coughing as much. So I'm hoping that cough will suppress to get through this evening. I did not want to not do the show. I'm really big on pushing through, and I know our health is important. So I'm not playing games with my life. You know, I'm in the house. I have learned through my soror to delegate. So they're doing things to make sure that I'm good, but I'm in the house. I'm cleared to stay home until I go back to work on Monday. Okay. So the rest of the evening, after I get past this wonderful conversation we're going to have, I'm going to be resting. Now, I will say, y'all might see a post here and there, you know, but I promise to try to get some rest. So, tell my listening audience just a little bit about you. I mean, I know you personally. Your transformation has been amazing from when I first met you and when you started out. I actually attended some of your exercise classes. So we want from your own mouth to share your journey and how you got into the healthy lifestyle, transformational life coach field.
Sure. So it started back in 2013, really the end of 2012. My husband and I had been pastoring a church for about 8 years. That was Word and Spirit Kingdom Training Center at the time. And we sensed God was shifting us out of pastoring. And so we said, well, Lord, what's next? So we went on a fast. That was in December. of 2012, and we sought the Lord and said, Lord, what's the plan? What's next? What's going on? We sense something, we sense a shift, but we don't know what it is. And so we went on that fast, and we did my husband said, we're going to do a no food fast. So it was only water. And so we drank water for 4 days only. And so when you're not eating food, I didn't realize at the time that, how much food was fuel and energy for the body. So we were both weak, but I was so weak, and I was going up the steps to my house, in my house that night. And I got to the top of those stairs. I was 247 pounds at the time. And I just had to stand there for a minute and say, oh my God, Lord, I didn't realize how important food is to fuel your body. And the Lord said to me at that moment, daughter, exactly. I gave you food to fuel your body, not to fluff it. And yes, that was my pivotal shift moment. And so at that point, he led me to go on a weight loss journey. So I started losing the weight, and I used a program called the Shred Diet for 6 weeks. And they said, if you give me 6 weeks, you'll lose 2 inches and 4 dress sizes. No, 4 inches and 2 dress sizes, something like that. So I lost 18 pounds during that time. But you could really tell it was a lot of inches, right? It was a lot of inches. I went from an 18 to a 14. So I lost the 2 dress sizes. So I posted it on Facebook, and I was like, oh my God, this thing really worked. And from there, it took off. And people started reaching out, oh, help me, help me, help me. And I'm like, child, I can't help myself. What you talking about? But that started the journey to what is now known as Fitness Finesse with Rae. So we would go on to do weight loss challenges for 5 years. From 2015 to 2019, we did group weight loss challenges. Our groups lost 5,000 pounds collectively, over 5,000 pounds. Individuals lost 100 to 150 pounds. Some did that amount of weight. And then I shifted into, at that point, I just kind of felt like I had given everything I knew to give to the people. I didn't know what else to give because I was just doing it off of enthusiasm, right? And so at that point, I felt the need to start getting certifications. So at that point in 2019, I became certified as a lifestyle and weight management specialist, a wellness coach, a nutrition coach, a precision nutrition level 1 coach, a herbalist, a CBD specialist, and a personal trainer, and a group fitness instructor. And I started teaching Zumba in 2015. So I had been teaching Zumba for a while. So I got all those certifications in 2019. And then, I did personal training, and I did one-on-one coaching for about 2 years. And after that, I was like, I still don't quite know enough because there's so much misinformation out here. It's just, should you do no carbs? Should you do more carbs? Should you do less fat? I didn't know. And I wanted to be able to weed through all of the confusion. So I said, okay, I'm going to go get my master's degree. So I got a master's degree in applied nutrition in March 2022, and I just finished that up in August of this year. So here we are.
Educated lady. I love it. So, because like I said, I used to attend of your Zumba classes, and it was so engaging, and it was fun. You made it fun, and you are relatable. So that's why I believe that people have always gravitated to you, and will continue just because of your spirit and your energy. And you always have your right to live is always with you. So hey, brother, always there to support you. So I love that about what you're doing.
Thank you.
So, I've said this in every show since I turned 49 because I'm so excited about turning 50. But I've been talking about 50 since I turned 49.
Don't rush it. Let me tell you.
Not rushing it, but I'm just so excited because I know that there are people who didn't make it, to our age, for different reasons, lifestyle, just try, etc. And so I'm excited because I am here, and I know what I can do, what others that are that 40 plus can do to just live a healthy, engaged life. What are some of the things that we can do to maintain our health? And also, I want to say this: I love your reel that you did on meal prep. So I would definitely want to talk about that, about the meal prep and just about some healthy types of foods. But let's start with some of the things that we can do to just be healthy, starting now, not having to wait for now.
Yeah, most definitely. One of the most important things that we can do is move our bodies every day. We absolutely have to move these bodies. And I have a phrase that I've coined. It's an acronym. It's GUAM. I say GUAM, and that stands for Get Up and Move. That is one of the most important activities that we can do is move our bodies. We should be moving our bodies at least 30 minutes a day. And when I say move our bodies, I mean some sort of walking or bicycling, or even going to a pool and swimming laps, or walking in the pool, doing laps in the pool just by walking, or gardening helps with that. Anything that's going to get our heart rate up. We need to move these bodies every single day, and it needs to happen at least 30 minutes a day. The Department of Health and Human Services has determined that we should be active for at least 150 minutes a week of moderate intensity exercise. So that's the walking, biking, and that kind of thing. If you do vigorous activity, which is more like boxing or dancing, or intense cycling, or high intensity interval training, then you need to do that at least 75 minutes a week. So that kind of just breaks down to at least 30 minutes a day, especially for someone that is a couch person right now that's not active. Just walking every day for at least 30 minutes is going to be very beneficial. So that's one. The second thing we need to do, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, it was kind of spiraling, but we're good.
Okay. The second thing that we need to do is... Uh-oh. Are we breaking up?
Just look. I heard you saying the second thing that we can do.
Second thing that we need to do is make sure that we're getting lots of fruits and vegetables. So we need to get lots of fruits and vegetables, at least fruits and vegetables with every meal. We can include them as snacks during the day, but we need to have fruits and veggies. So that may be like a yogurt with some fruit in the morning, or if you want to do some strawberries, along with maybe an egg with some spinach in it. You could do a fruit smoothie in the morning with some spinach or kale in it. Doing lunch, a salad or a sandwich that has lettuce and tomatoes on it. Dinner, making it a lean protein like a chicken or a fish, a turkey, or a lean hamburger. Adding in some vegetables on the side, maybe a sweet potato as your starch, or some whole grain rice. We need to be making sure that we are incorporating fruits and vegetables, because that's where all of our minerals and our nutrients are going to come from. So it's really important, because a lot of times, especially as we're getting older, our body starts to change, our body composition starts to change, and we start losing some of those nutrients that we need. And so we'll start to have deficiencies. So we'll start to have vitamin deficiencies. So, and please, if you are listening and your doctor says you have a vitamin D deficiency, please make sure that you take the vitamin D that they give you, take it as needed, take it as they state, because vitamin D is extremely important for our health, and it helps to prevent things like cancer. So make sure that you're taking your vitamin D. And getting your nutrients in there, your fruits and veggies. We also need to be making sure that we are getting whole grains, especially as African Americans. We do not eat enough whole grain foods. We don't get enough fiber, I should say. So fiber helps to move things along in our digestive system. And a lot of our population suffers with colon cancer. So we need to make sure that we are getting adequate amounts of fiber. So you're going to get fiber from your fruits and vegetables, but you're also going to get it from your whole grains. So we absolutely need to be eating our whole grains. And we need to make sure that if we are 45 and older, it used to be 50, but 45 is when African Americans now need to start getting our colon cancer screenings. So go get your colonoscopy, go get checked. Starting at 45, spread the word, because colon cancer is an increased risk among our population. So make sure that you're doing that. The other thing that you need to do, hydrate. Get that water in. I can't tell you the number of people that don't get enough water in every day. So we definitely have to get water in. Now, people have said, or we've always heard, two things I keep hearing that people have heard. Either we're supposed to get 8 ounces a day. 8 cups a day, or that we're supposed to drink half our body weight in ounces. All right. Neither one of those are true. So the amount of water, yes, the amount of water that women need are 11 glasses a day.
11
8-ounce glasses a day. Now, let me say this. You don't have to get all of that from guzzling down water, right? So let's start with let's start with 8. Let's start with getting 8 cups of water, right? Glasses of water, 8-ounce glasses of water. But then we can also get water from our foods that we eat. So yogurt has a lot of water. Fruits and veggies have a lot of high water content. Herbal teas, black coffee. We can get those water goals with those there you go. We can get those water goals in those manners as well. All right. So, but men need 15, women 11 glasses of water a day. So that's going to be really important. And two other things that we really need to do is we need to manage our stress, eliminate stress if possible, get that stress under control or out of your life if possible. And secondly, we need to make sure that we're getting adequate amounts of sleep. So we need anywhere from 6 to 7 hours a night.
Ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot to ask for, but we can do it.
I can't do it. Listen, pray for me because I'm trying to get that sleep.
It is challenging. Not that it's impossible, but it's challenging in 2024 when you just have so many responsibilities and we only get 24 hours in a day.
Right.
So that's 6 to 7. I know I missed the mark on that. I know I do. I have tried to, and I learned this from my best friend, Dr. Stephen L. Riddick, to put the phone on focus, so do not disturb mode, to prevent notifications and things from coming in, so you can usher in some rest. So, and then what it does is it reminds me. So I have it set for 11:30. Not that I have gone to bed at 11:30, but I'll get a reminder to say, well, I'll get a reminder like 10:30, 11 o'clock to say, okay, it's time to start winding down. Yeah. And then I have it set for 11. I'm still working on that. I'm still working on it, but my mind and my phone is trained for me to say, okay, ding, ding, ding. Yeah. It's time to start winding down. So it's getting better, but that's a challenge. That is a challenge. And I think for so many of us, it is. Yeah.
It is, especially those of us over 40 who may be experiencing perimenopause or menopause or postmenopausal. I think more so perimenopause and menopause deal with those sleep issues more, just because there's so many changes happening in our bodies right now. And all kinds of hormonal imbalances are happening. And I went to get my mammogram this year, and the lady was saying, well, how's it going? And I was telling her about my being perimenopausal. And she said, she said, the body will figure it out after a while. She said, but right now, the body is just all out of whack because it's trying to figure out what's going on because those estrogen levels are depleting. So that body, and the thing about the body will always try to find balance. If we go back to junior high science class, we learned about homeostasis. And homeostasis is just the body trying to be in balance. And anytime something much or not enough in the body's like, oh my God, what do we do? What do we do? And so all kinds of things just get out of whack. And that's what's happening when we're going through perimenopause and menopause. And that's where the hot flashes and the weight gain and the sleep issues and the mood swings and all the other things that happen, joint pains and aches, all of that happens because the body's trying to find the balance. So the sleep issues are definitely a challenge at this stage in the game. So one thing that helps is magnesium. It helps with sleep. And I'm trying to remember the exact I can't remember the exact one. I'll get it to you so you can get it to your listeners. But magnesium helps with magnesium glycinate. Magnesium glycinate, glycinate. Magnesium glycinate helps with sleep. So trying to utilize that, because a lot of times our bodies, especially if we're not getting enough foods that are high in magnesium in our bodies, like almonds and spinach, then the body loses that. And so it throws things out of whack. So magnesium glycinate helps with sleep issues. So taking that can help to calm the body as well as relax the body and replenish those nutrients that are necessary. And I talked about, not having enough nutrients from fruits and vegetables a little while ago. And we say, I just hate vegetables, but we don't realize the significance of these nutrients and what happens when they leave the body, when they're not in adequate supply. All kinds of things can go awry. And that's why it's important to make sure that we're getting those adequate numbers in. And people often will say, well, what's a good multivitamin? What's a good multivitamin? Let me say this. Vitamins, pills, and supplements are just that. They should supplement the diet, not replace the diet. Right? So just because, I don't eat vegetables. Go ahead.
No. I was going to say, so so Clara is she is my my on-call nutritionist, I'll say, because she has really been diligent about researching things that will help me to be healthy for all of us, as a family, and then me at my age. And so I asked her to look up some like the vitamins that I would need at my age. And so you mentioned the magnesium one. So I'm looking right now at my my counter, and I have all these various vitamins and minerals, whatever, that I'm now starting to take. The multivitamin as well as the other ones. Like I'm literally looking at the magnesium right now, and but like you said, those are supplements. So we love vegetables. I do a sauteed spinach, baby. It's good. So like the sauteed spinach. And when you look in our refrigerator, thanks to Clara, you see a sea of color. You see peppers, various peppers, and you see collards, and you see cabbage, and we got water. So working on the water, but we have those things to when you look in the refrigerator, you're gonna be like, oh, this is a healthy refrigerator. I think I can take into this. But so the combination of the multivitamins, vitamins, like you said, vegetables are good. Vegetables are really, really good if you just kind of work with them. And as seasons, I've learned in my later years as an adult, are everything.
Yes, absolutely.
To help make it delicious.
Absolutely. You have to know how to cook them too, because my husband used to hate Brussels sprouts. He hated them, absolutely hated them, because when he grew up, they were just boiled. He couldn't stand the taste of them. But we had a friend of his told him, no, do them like this. Find a different way to cook them. And so we started sauteing them in the wok. We started putting them in the hot air fryer. And when I tell you, he loves Brussels sprouts now. And when you season them properly, man, baby.
Oh, it's spiraled a little bit. Okay. You're back. You froze for a little bit.
Okay.
You are frozen. I think so. So while Coach Rae is it back?
Okay, am I back?
Okay, you're back. Yeah. So we were talking about the Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts are everything. Now, one does not like Brussels sprouts, but me and my daughter do, and we actually use smoked paprika. Yeah. And what else do we use, Clara? Minced garlic. So I think we're having some issues. But while Coach Rae gets back on. Are you back?
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, okay. I was like, what is going on? Listen, we talking about health. Listen, internet or whatever's going on, streaming service. We got to talk about our health. Okay, that's very
Amen.
important.
Amen.
So, but what I was saying was, so me and Clara, we cook our Brussels sprouts with minced garlic
Mm-hmm.
and smoked paprika,
Mm-hmm.
and whew, that
Yes.
it's delicious. Now my son, no matter what good the season or how it's presented, he not rocking.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah,
Just whatever he like. And that's the thing. Every vegetable may not be for you, but whatever vegetable, find the one you like. Keep
right,
trying them until you find the one you like and go for it. And I always tell people this too. People feel like, oh, I hate to eat healthy. It's always a bunch of stuff I don't want to eat. Then don't eat that. Eating should be enjoyable. So
right.
find the healthiest options that you can that you will enjoy. Don't force yourself to eat something just because it's healthy, but find the healthy things that you do like and then enjoy those.
Whew.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm good. You know, I just had I don't know if it was my throat was dry or what, but
Mhm.
felt like a little dryness. So I'm trying to hydrate. In fact, Clara, can you bring me some water? I've been doing so good,
That's
but
okay. You're talking a lot right now. You've got a respiratory infection, so you gotta
yeah,
you can't do what you normally do. You need your body has to heal.
and I'm learning that, you know. So I'm trying to listen. Thank you, daughter.
Yes.
Trying
Yeah.
to listen, but at the
Yeah.
same, I want to be engaged because this is, our health is really important.
Absolutely. It is. It is. And especially as African American women, listen, African American women, African American men, Hispanic women, Hispanic men, we have some of the largest numbers of obesity. We have some of the largest instances of mortality and morbidity from obesity. And meaning we die worse. These conditions affect us worse. We have more conditions that are related to obesity, and we die at larger rates. We die more often from these instances. So it's really, really important that as African Americans, we learn this information. We make the changes that we need to make. And it's not easy. Change is the hardest thing we're ever going to have to do, but we still got to do it. We have to do it for our health. We definitely do. And not only that, but we have to do it so that we can begin to break some generational curses off of our children's lives. Because a lot of the diseases like type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, stroke, cardiovascular disease, cancers, these are what's called lifestyle diseases. And what that means is they come about as a result of an unhealthy lifestyle because of lifestyle choices. Now,
Right,
where do we learn our lifestyle from? From our parents. And they learned it from their parents. So
right.
you'll see in families, there are diseases that pass and that a lot, they call it, it runs in the family.
But yes,
Family has the same type of lifestyle. Are eating. Can you hear me?
yes,
Okay. You all right?
yeah.
The family the family is operating in the same type of lifestyle. So they're eating the fast foods, they're eating the fried foods, they're eating, the unhealthy things. They're not eating the fruits and vegetables. They're not exercising. And so these lifestyle behaviors they learn from us. So the way that we break the generational curses from these lifestyle diseases is that we change our lifestyle. We set the standard for our household of how healthy lifestyle should be, and then our children learn that, and then they carry that forward.
You're right, because when I was growing up, so my grandmother, her people are from Windsor, North Carolina, which is right outside of Raleigh.
Okay.
I remember growing up, we would take weekend trips to go visit my grandmother's sisters. They
Mm-hmm.
lived across from each other in houses. And when we got there, the table was long and it was laid out with ham,
Yep.
collard greens, which are
Yep.
good, but pig feet and chitlins.
Yep.
And those were my go-tos. I love when they look, they you know, my people, they called me Fee, right?
Uh-huh.
They were about Fee because when I came in, hey auntie, hey auntie, hey auntie, I'm going straight to the table. Them chitlins. Now, yeah, they stunk to cook them, but baby, they taste good with some hot sauce and some vinegar. Listen,
Right.
listen.
You're right.
It was so good. But when I got to Norfolk State,
Mm-hmm.
from 93 to 97, and I started just kind of learning about the history of these foods that are delicacies. You know,
Yeah.
I was like, So I just straight. I think it had to be my freshman year. I stopped, and
Did
I
you?
not eat. And I, no disrespect to anybody that's watching, that's
Yeah.
tuning in, that likes it. If you like it, I love it. But for me, I was
Yeah.
like, I can't do that no more. I
Yeah.
cannot. And some of the people in my family, like my grandfather and my uncles, had high blood pressure.
Yep.
And growing up, okay, my uncles and they would have like food around, but on our plate it would be more meat than it would vegetables. And we had vegetables, but more meat.
Yeah.
And so I learned as an adult and as a mother,
Yeah.
it should be more vegetables than meat.
Yeah.
So like I'm learning
Yeah.
these things, and with my children, especially Clara, she's really, really big on healthy eating and living.
Mm-hmm.
She introduced me,
Mm-hmm.
who's the mother, to things, and I'm grateful because I'm learning. We're
Mm-hmm.
learning together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's right. And even with the vegetables, right? You said you had collard greens, but the collard greens probably more than likely had a ham hock in it
Yeah,
to
it
season it.
did, and it did, and it did.
So you got ham hocks, chitlins, pig feet, probably fried chicken.
That part, yeah. That
you have
part,
all you have all these, even the healthy stuff became unhealthy. I remember a friend of ours, girl, when I tell you this man made the most amazing collard greens I've ever had in my life. And I tell you the thing, it felt like silk in your mouth. And it just slid right down your throat. And I was like, oh my God, what did he do to these collard greens? But then I looked in the pot, right? He gave us a pot. I looked in the pot and I said, look at all of that fat in that pot.
yes.
I said, that's why these things are like butter, because they so greasy. They were delicious.
But
Best collard greens I ever had, but I can't eat them anymore because they're so full of fat. They're so full of fat. And so, we have to look at even the healthy stuff, the way that we prepare it can make it unhealthy.
right,
And even sometimes if we're certain of the fruits and vegetables will lose their nutrient value the way that we cook them. So if we boil them to death, then we boil all the nutrients out of them. So sauteing them is good. Put them in the hot air fryer is good, but not necessarily just submerging them in water and boiling them, because that's going to boil all the nutrients out of them. So finding new ways to enjoy our vegetables, for even salads, eating them raw is going to be great, and then maybe sauteing them till they just are a little bit cooked, but not mushy, right? When your vegetables are mushy, all the nutrients are cooked out of them. So how we prepare our foods matter as well. So what we eat, how often we eat, how much we eat, and how we eat makes the difference. All of that is a part of it that we have to really start to look at. But if you had to start in one place, right? If you had to just start in one place, I would start with simply just trying to add more fruits and vegetables and decrease your salt, decrease your sugar, like sugar from raw, refined sources. So white breads, white pastas, white rices, white sugars, cut those out. Go to whole grain brown rice. I use stevia, actually. I use stevia because it's natural. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, stevia is a better alternative to not have side effects or be cancer causing and it's natural. It's from a plant. So stevia is going to be the better option. I know it has an aftertaste, but some things you just got to get used to.
It tastes really good to me. I used to be like,
Mhm.
but it tastes good in tea and everything. And then I find myself only buying stevia. I used to get sugar in the raw. All I have is stevia. So, tasty.
That's it. That's it. So decrease that sugar intake, decrease that salt intake, change your white stuff, pasta bread, sugar, rice to whole grain, and then add more fruits and veggies. Start there if you got to start somewhere.
So I was I want to speak affirming of my health. So as I move forward in being well,
Healing.
healing, I did go and get some chicken noodle soup, right? But looked at the back of that and looked at the contents, the sodium count is ridiculous.
Yes.
Ridiculous. So Clara and I, we decided that we are going to make our own soup.
Yep. So the soup varieties, they do have lower sodium versions of those. So you can get a lower sodium version of salt, because the sodium of soup, the sodium can be up to 900 calories, 900 milligrams. So you really have to be careful with your soups and your canned items. But making it at home is absolutely the best way to go. Absolutely the best way to go. And then they have some varieties now. I have not looked at the sodium content of these. I know we used to get them from the bread store, but I think the grocery store has them too. The soup in the packet that's dry, and then all you do is add 8 cups of water to it, and it makes a big old pot of it.
Oh, really?
It comes in a pouch, but I have not checked the sodium content. But they have to preserve the shelf life, to extend the shelf life. That's why there's so much sodium and stuff. So even like your greens and stuff, if you eat like glory greens, you definitely want to dump all that water out that has been sitting in, rinse it out some, and just try to wash some of that off of there.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about meal prep. Like I said before, I saw that reel that you did, and I just like I said, I just think it's dope. It was well put together.
Thank you.
How important, why should we do meal prep? Like, what's the N and what's the T on meal prep?
So meal prep in general and meal prep for us has been a lifesaver in terms of saving time, saving money, and helping with, if you're on a healthy lifestyle journey, if you're on a weight loss journey. Meal prep makes it quick and convenient for you. It takes the guesswork out of what your meal is going to be. Instead of you saying, what do I feel like eating today? You say, let me go grab this food right out of the refrigerator and go and put it in the microwave and eat. And the reason that we started meal prepping was I just started working for a company as a wellness coach. And, I've been at home being a full-time entrepreneur for 15 years. So to now have to start getting up, going to work, coming home, because I would make all the meals when my husband came home. I cooked, during the weekdays. He cooked on the weekends. But that was just unrealistic. Trying to come home and cook or have him cook. He's still tired when he gets home. So now all that falling on him is much. So what we started doing is we meal prep on Sundays, and my husband still kind of determines what the meals are going to be. He likes to do he loves to cook. I cook to survive. I don't cook to enjoy. Right? I don't get no enjoyment out of cooking whatsoever at all. But so he puts the meals together. So we will make a meal. Let's just say we made ribs, right? He made ribs on Sunday. So we broke those ribs up, and then we'll choose a vegetable and a starch to go with it, like a whole grain rice, a brown rice, or a whole grain pasta or something like that. And we will put them in our meal prep containers and put them in the refrigerator. And so when we come home, there's no, oh my God, I got to cook. Oh, no. It's exciting because we've cooked several different meals, because we've made a different meal for every day, because neither one of us really like leftovers like that for real.
Right.
So we make 4 different meals, but we make enough just for 2 of us because it's just he and I since my daughter's in college now. And we have a variety every day. We just get to pick. It's almost like having frozen dinners, frozen meals in the
Right.
refrigerator, the little TV dinners. It's like that, but it's what you've made and it's good. You know what I mean? And it's so convenient. We've been doing it for 3 weeks now, and I absolutely love it. It was the best decision we could have ever made because it saves so much time, so much money, and no guesswork. And it keeps you on task with your objectives and your goals for your healthy lifestyle or weight loss journey.
Well, just curious, where did you get your containers from to be able to do that? Was it like Tupperware or like? I'm just
So
curious.
so they're just plastic divider bowls, and he wanted to get the round ones. I usually get the square ones. He was like, "No, I want to do round." I was like, "Okay." So we got the round ones. We got them from Walmart, but you can also get them from Amazon. You get more in your Amazon option. They're all in one pack, and they're just the round plate with a big section and then 2 small sections.
Right.
And it also helps with portion control. You'd be surprised how much food we overeat when we eat it like on just a regular plate. But when we put it in those portion side, those divider sections, it is just enough and it's satisfying. And sometimes it's too much. Sometimes we have leftover and we don't eat the whole thing. It has been the absolute best thing that we've done concerning our eating.
Some technical difficulties.
Are you back?
Yeah, we're back.
What's going on? I don't know what's going on with. I'm gonna figure something out. I don't know what's wrong.
It's something in the atmosphere because the signal was strong, so I don't know.
I don't know.
We gonna talk it out until.
All right.
So so just to say, so we talked about a lot of good things, about meal prep was important, about exercising, just 30 minutes a day at least. And that's really quick. That's like a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
And I think even if, let's say, for example, even if you're watching TV, during commercial breaks, if you're watching a sitcom or whatever, during just being, I think the important thing is to be intentional about it because to live like I am. My best friend, he is preparing and planning for my 50th birthday bash, and I want to be around to see it, so I have to be intentional, and we want to make sure that we have a village that helps us to stay accountable. I actually requested to be a part of your group, so let me
the workout with Rae, the workout with Rae group.
Let me in, please.
With the workout with Rae group?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even see that. Let me go check those notifications.
Look, I did it while I was in Patient First.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I was gonna do a joke and be like, please let me in. But you have people, who help us to be accountable to our health and us for them.
Yeah.
But we talked about a lot. I hope that you all who are tuned in will watch the replay because I will share it for us to be able to watch it again because it was a lot of knowledge shared and a lot of accountability that we have to make for ourselves. I think for me, especially because I'm not feeling my best physically, I'm going to adhere to the 11:30 notification and get me some rest. But this was a great show. And I thank you for being on. I love you and I love your husband. Known you for at least a day. I've been back in the Hampton Roads area for 14 years now. So follow one of my favorite couples, and I love what you're doing, and I'm always happy to see you elevate and evolve, from even when I met you to where you are now and what you're doing, for us to live a healthy, intentional lifestyle. Tell everybody how they can reach out to you, how they can get more information about you and to follow you.
Absolutely. So my website is www.coachrae.info. And you can go to my website. I've just relaunched it, and it's got all kinds of good stuff on there. If you're looking for someone to come and speak at an event, you're looking for some coaching, some individual coaching, some group coaching, you can find all that information on my website, as well as other resources. You can follow me on Facebook at Rachael Watson or Fitness Finesse with Rae. You can follow me on IG, Instagram at coach.rae. You can follow me on TikTok at look for Coach Rae, because I don't know exactly what my TikTok is. But you can
Coach
find me
Rae.
there. And you can also find me on YouTube as well under, I think it's Fitness Finesse or Workout with Rae, or one of those two. So I'm available on all social media networks, and you can just come along, follow me for the journey. I am going to begin to do some things for my subscribers on my Facebook group, doing some personal kind of coaching, teaching, nutrition information for my subscribers on Facebook. So you can subscribe to me there and get some good information, some good stuff there too.
Ooh, that's good. And I will also make sure that I put your information below in the comments, and then the replay, when I do my thank yous and all of that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So before I have some a few announcements of things that I want to share. So I'm doing a special episode next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Normally my show is the first and the third Thursday of the month, but because this is the month that we acknowledge breast cancer awareness, as well as National Bully Prevention Month, I wanted to do a show dealing with breast cancer. So one of my sorority sisters, she's going to come on next Tuesday and bless us and share her story of having but not having breast cancer. So it's an interesting story that that she's going to share with us. And just let me get the information that my thing is. So that's going to be that's going to be on next Tuesday, which is the 22nd, at 8 p.m. And then so her name is Carla McCoy, and she is a wellness coach. And she's a NASM certified weight loss specialist and a personal trainer too. So, but she's going to focus on this journey of being diagnosed with breast cancer. So I want to, so that's really important. So that's going to be a special. And then my regularly scheduled show, the 3rd of the month, that show, so on November the 7th, it will be Janita Castilla. She is the founder of Power 100 magazine, and who doesn't know her? Who doesn't know her? I actually my daughter nominated me to get a makeover, and it was a phenomenal experience. I shared some after makeover footage that she took my phone for me. We was be like, just cutting up, but the footage that she has, that she will share with her professional equipment, baby.
I love it. I love it.
She's going to be on November the 7th to talk about what she is doing to help build up women on the inside and out. So I'm really excited that. But before that, on November the 3rd, I will be attending the Achi Magazine Awards, because I am a nominee. So I'm excited about that.
My Achi sister.
No, I'm very extra. My son says so. So you see, I see it. And I'll be doing my own little photo shoot tomorrow with Clara, with my sweatshirt that I got made.
That's right.
Very excited about that. So
congratulations.
Thank you. So to the women who are in North Carolina, who are in who are in Atlanta, Georgia. Congratulations. Just the fact that somebody thought enough of you to nominate you because of your passion and what you're doing to empower other people in your community and so forth. we all are winners. I mean, somebody has to get it actually, but we all are winners. So I'm just excited about being in the room filled with some bomb women. So that's
Yeah.
really exciting.
The Achi experience is unlike any other. It is a phenomenal experience.
So I'm excited about that. So shout out to Dr. Juanita Fletcher and all that she's doing with Achi Magazine and the awards and just the legacy of empowerment. And
Yes.
then I'm excited to say that I have pre-orders available for my prompts writing journal. So finally, Crown with Confidence, a Queen's journal. So it's filled with 80 writing prompts that will
Wonderful.
to build, to build and hone in on your self-esteem. It's been a labor of love. And so, God is a God of completion. He's a God of completion. So I finally finished it. And so I'm excited about that. So it's $15 plus $5 shipping and handling. So I have that on all social media platforms. So just excited about that and just what I'm doing, what you're doing, what we are doing, just to build each other up, because that's what the Self-Esteem Queen is all about. Is you being a qualified woman, embodying excellence now, knowing that you are enough right now. You don't have to wait. There's some things that we have to work on, but that's why we have each other, so that we can build each other up and encourage each other and be our best version of ourselves right now.
That's
So
right.
I want to thank you all for tuning in. I want to thank you, Coach Rae, my dear sister,
Yes.
for joining me this evening. We had some really great information that was shared that can be applied immediately.
That's right.
So join me next Tuesday, the 22nd at 8 p.m. for a special show dealing with breast cancer. And you all have a great evening. Always remember to keep your crown straight, because you are great. Ooh, that's good. I like that.
I love that. Yes.
All right, you all have a great evening. I'll see you all next Tuesday. Okay.
Good night.
I can hear night.